Hello everyone, welcome back. It's me again, Staypuft64, and welcome back to the Staypuft64 podcast. Haven't done one of these in a long time. If you're new to this channel, what this is these were like little videos where I would kind of just it was just me talking about something that happened. Like I was talking to my friends. In one video, I kind of talked about my thoughts about the Sonic movie trailer, like stuff like that. I would talk about random stuff like that. I started doing these back in like 2018 because this was back when I didn't really know what kind of content I wanted to do on my channel. This was before I was streaming on Twitch, before I did anything. Like this was before I did a lot of things that I'm doing now, like my game reviews, my gaming news, and what I'm doing soon with the zombie videos, like the gameplay you're seeing here. Yeah, so these were videos I did way before I even got like my laptop, my microphone, and my other stuff, right, and my webcam that I use for my main videos, right? But just before we get to what we're talking about, I want to just mention I'm recording this on my phone, not my regular Blue Snowball microphone, because I'm kind of just sitting in bed. I'm just kind of looking at my laptop real quick, just kind of chilling out here. So yeah, I didn't really want to go all the way with my setup to really do this, but either way, like I said, so for today's video, as you can tell from the title, we're going to be talking about my experience with Twitch so far, because as you all know, I've been streaming on Twitch for like the past few months. Like I just kind of started, and there's been a lot of things I noticed since I got on there that I kind of want to talk about, like things I feel and things I kind of feel are really kind of sad, honestly, but a lot of cool stuff that I've noticed. And before we get into that, I kind of want to mention that, like I said before, though, yeah, I did this podcast before, and it was like, I don't know, but like I said, so one thing I wanted to bring up was, in my other podcasts, I didn't really use this gameplay like you're seeing right now. I just kind of did like shitty like pictures and all that because I didn't know, because this was also before I knew how to edit stuff like on Power Director, so I just kind of worked with what I had, so I didn't really know what I was doing at the time. So this was when I wasn't, but now that I'm used to it, that's why I see editing is way better and all that. But either way, yeah, so Twitch, I've been streaming since I think around late of May, I think like around late May, and I started, and then I've been doing that most of the time. And a quick little thing I want to mention is, for those who are wondering, I haven't been streaming on Twitch because, okay, we're gonna talk about this, and then I'm gonna like talk about how I feel about being on Twitch. Okay, but first, so in case you didn't notice, I haven't been streaming a lot because I mentioned this in a stream that the VOD is no longer exists, sadly, because Twitch has like a limit on how long the VODs stay up. And this was before I was doing my second channel where I'm like uploading the VODs. But what I mentioned before was the reason why I was streaming so much for the reason why I even started streaming on Twitch was because I had like this Xfinity Wi-Fi router installed into like in my apartment, right? And that's why because we had such good Wi-Fi in my apartment, I wanted to stream a lot more because I had my Twitch was already a thing way before I started streaming, but I wasn't really able to stream because of internet, and I didn't have any way to do it, like no capture card. This was before, like I said, this was before I had a capture card in my laptop and everything, and my webcam and my microphone. But either way, right, this was before that, so I was not able to really stream like I wanted to until like I said, late of May of this year. And so the reason why I haven't been streaming lately is because my internet, because I don't like talking about this, but I don't really have a lot of money, so we weren't really able to pay off the internet, so thus we kind of lost it after a few months. So thus because of that, now it's kind of hard for me to really have a decent internet connection to even stream. Like the only reason I'm even able to upload these videos is because I live near a Lowe's, and in my apartment I somehow get a good signal from that. So as a result, I can kind of be able to like upload still. So yeah, that's a thing. So sadly, I wasn't able to stream very much, but yeah. But I'm gonna try to get that done. I'm gonna try to do that. But yeah, I don't like to discuss that kind of thing because then that makes me sound stupid or like I'm begging or something. Because some people they complain about other streamers or YouTubers that complain about their financial problem, like their money issues, like, oh, I don't have much money, like as if I'm trying to ask for people to give me money. That is not what I'm doing. That is not what I'm trying to say. I'm just trying to let you know that I kind of had a lot of problems with that, so I wasn't really able to stream, but I'm still able to upload, so that's why I'm kind of working on my main videos like now, but that's in my update video, so I don't want to mention that on the podcast. So now let's talk about what we're really here for. Oh my god, I spent 5 minutes talking about just updates again. Oh my god, I am so sorry about that. Either way, so Twitch. So ever since I started streaming on Twitch, there's a lot of things I've noticed in the past few months that I kind of want to share with you guys. Something I noticed, So one thing I noticed is that I've mainly been growing on Twitch because I've mainly been playing viewer games, you know, where I kind of just hang out with the viewers. I play games with them, like I kind of, you know what I mean? So, yeah, so I was kind of like doing that, right? I was like streaming a lot on there, and I mostly play viewer games because I know, there's a YouTuber I watch who goes by the name of Gale Level. He I don't know if you've heard of him, but he's really good. He's one of the few YouTube channels, you know, those channels that give out advice to small streamers like me and most likely most of you watching, right? He gives us a lot of advice on how to improve and grow. And I saw his video earlier today where he talked about a strategy that you can use is by mainly playing like viewer games and stuff, and getting the viewers to join in, because that'll make them want to come back to your stream over and over, like every time you stream, because they're gonna be able to be a part of the stream, right? So I saw that and I made a comment talking about how that's absolutely true. That's one real way to grow on Twitch, and it's the main way that I've grown. Now, the whole thing I said about this being kind of sad is because I noticed that when I stream these viewer games do people show up. Like, I never really get any regulars that even when I stream the same game repeatedly, like I mainly play Smash Ultimate, right? Like arenas, I host arenas. And people always show up to it, but the problem is I noticed not a lot of people ever really show up more than once. Like, they kind of come in and then they leave, and then the stream ends, and then the next day I come back to the arena. I never see that same person, never the same viewers. And I always found that kind of odd. I was like, okay, I guess they just don't want to be part of it anymore. I don't know. But like I said, I don't care about that though. Like, you know, I'm not one of those people like that, you know, some I'm not saying all small streamers are like this, but I know there are some people out there that stream only because they think they don't really understand how Twitch works and the discoverability, so they just think, oh, if I stream, thousands of people are going to watch me, they're going to want to see, they're going to give me money and all that, right? Like, obviously it doesn't work that way, but sometimes I think some people that do that probably think that. But I'm just saying this because I'm not one of those people, and I'm not trying to say anybody listening is doing that, or I'm not calling anyone out. I'm just saying that there's probably are those people that do that. But what I'm trying to say is that whenever I try to stream, because I'm a variety streamer, right? So, well, before I bring that up, so what I was saying was, I don't care if a lot of people watch my stream. As long as I have some people watching, that's fine. Like, if I only had 3 viewers a day, that's fine. But when I don't see any regulars come in, that's kind of odd to me, and I find it kind of sad in a way. But that's fine, you know, I'm fine with that. I like when new viewers show up, but still, it's kind of odd how that happens a lot. And and I'm gonna get into why I also think that's another sad part is because. But before we talk about that, so what I noticed was that another problem I have with this whole thing is because I'm a variety streamer, as you all know. So I mainly stream different games. So I'm not always doing viewer stuff. Sometimes I'm playing single player only games. Sometimes I'm playing online with other people that most people probably don't. Like let's say Black Ops 3, like the game you're looking at right now, like Call of Duty Zombies. I love Call of Duty Zombies. I like to play it a lot. And I stream a lot of Black Ops 3 and also play a lot of other Call of Duty stuff like Warzone, you know, like I've been streaming that a lot lately. And something I noticed is that nobody ever shows up to these streams, not one. It's rare, like unless it's like a few of my friends or my brother shows up. That's really it. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I noticed that only when I stream certain stuff, and Mario Maker 2, for example, like I play a lot of Mario Maker 2, like viewer levels. Well, I stopped doing it recently. Like, I'm not quitting it, but I haven't done it as much as I did when I started. And that's where I got most of my growth from on Twitch, was through that. But the problem, here's another problem, what I meant to say, what's sad about it, the one thing I find sad, and honestly kind of just really sad, is I get a lot of viewers when I play Mario Maker, right? Like when I play other people's levels on stream, a lot of people show up. A lot of people like to see me play that. But my issue is that I'm fucking terrible at it, you know? Like, I'm very bad at Mario Maker 2. I don't know what it is, but like I never do that good on the streams. And I'm sad about that because the people watching will not stick around much longer. Like one time, okay, here's what happened. One time I was playing Mario Maker 2 viewer levels, right? And then out of fucking nowhere, someone raided me with like 19 people, I think. And that's the most viewers I've ever gotten. That's the most I ever had on my stream, like on one stream. And I noticed that they barely stuck around because I was fucking up so badly, and because I kept, like, you know, going like off track, or I just kept pausing the game and not playing through it. And I was like, okay, like that was my problem, because I'm so terrible at Mario Maker, and the fact that it's the game that most people show up to my stream for, it's kind of sad, honestly, because it's like I don't really enjoy it, but most people show up to it, and that kind of makes me want to keep playing it. But you know that whole thing where people say never try to play a game that you don't enjoy on stream, because that's not good, because people are going to see that you don't enjoy it, right? But for me, it kind of doesn't apply to me, because I still enjoy Mario Maker, even though I don't really enjoy streaming it very much. But still, I still have a good time, even if I'm not good at the game. But still, and the problem with that is I could look past that if I could. But the problem is I always think that my viewers are like getting bored to death, or they're getting angry because I'm not. Because another thing is, Mario Maker 2 viewer levels, people are constantly sending me their levels in the chat, right? And I don't have a way to like have a list of them ready so I can just kind of play all them on one stream, right? I don't have a command on that. And the problem with that is because that's another problem I have with streaming Mario Maker, is that I feel like when I'm not playing other people's levels, they get impatient, they get upset, and then they end up leaving because I'm taking so long on one level because I'm so bad at it that they just leave. And that's kind of sad to me. Like, I'm like, man, damn, like I feel like I'm letting people down with that, right? But that's fine, you know. Like, I don't really care about that. Like I said, but that's one thing I noticed, is that I barely even have anybody watching my streams unless I play those specific games. And I do enjoy playing Smash Ultimate a lot on stream, right? But I don't know. I don't feel like I'm one of those streamers where like I don't like to play the same game over and over. If I'm not really enjoying it, right? Except for Warzone, something about that I can just play over and over on stream. But other games like Smash and all that, I don't really get that kind of feeling, you know? Yeah. And that's just kind of the main issue. That's what I've been going on for like the last couple of minutes. Is because I was like, yeah, my main problem with doing viewer stuff is that sometimes I feel like I'm not doing the right thing, or I feel like I'm doing something wrong here. Like I'm not playing the right games that I enjoy playing, right? But except for Smash Ultimate, like I said, I enjoy that. And even Mario Maker, even though I'm bad at it and I take a while on levels, I still feel like I'm doing good on it, you know? And that's kind of just what I mainly wanted to talk about. But I also want to talk about something else I noticed on Twitch. I noticed that I've grown more, because for those who don't know, I've been on YouTube and on the internet for a lot longer than you may believe. And I was saving this for a 10th anniversary video in like a few years from now, because for those who don't know, I've been doing YouTube way longer than you think. I started this channel back in 2016, but I've been doing YouTube for much longer, since 2012, when I was 10 years old. I was a fucking little kid, right? I've been doing YouTube for that long. And in 2022, I kind of want to do a video talking all about that and how I started in the internet and all that, right? I've been on YouTube for so long, and I've been moving around on a few different channels, right? And the main channel I stuck around with the longest, which is this one we're on, Staypuft64. Ever since I started this channel, I barely had anybody watch my videos, except for one video that I kind of don't like. But since it got me the most views, I left it on my channel, right? But the point, what I'm trying to say is, I've noticed that on Twitch, I've grown faster than any other platform that I've been on. I've been on YouTube and Twitter for so long, you know, for over 4 years. And I have not had this level of growth than I have had on Twitch. Because something about the way I stream and all that, something about the way I am, right, on Twitch compared to my YouTube channel, all that, something about that gets more people than my YouTube channel or my Twitch. I mean my Twitter. And that's kind of weird, because a lot of people say, I see a lot of these videos where people say that discoverability on Twitch is nearly impossible. It's fucking like horrible, right? So I'm thinking, like, what is it? Am I doing something that's making people show up? Like I said, it's the viewer games, right? I think that strategy that I talked about earlier about that Gale level YouTuber I talked about, he talked about this strategy and it works because I've done it for so long and it's clearly showing and it's clearly paying off. You know what I mean? But I don't know, it just feels weird though how that's my main reason for growing on Twitch is because I've been doing these like viewer streams. You know what I mean? So I'm glad for that. I'm grateful for that because I'm glad I'm finally like building this small little community like of people that follow me, right? I'm glad I have that. I'm glad you guys are starting to support me more because I've never had this really happen before, and even when it did happen at all, it was mostly negative attention I was getting, right? But yeah, so that's what I'm trying to say about this whole thing. I noticed on Twitch, the main reason I'm making this podcast is because I noticed that on Twitch, I've grown way more than I ever would have grown on YouTube or Twitter, anywhere. Like, you know, even when I'm on Instagram right now, because a lot of these YouTubers that talk about advice to streamers, they say promote it, like talking about like your social media, like your Twitter or Instagram specifically. They're saying that's a good way to like boost your like. To boost people to like see you, like they'll discover you. Like I noticed that I barely get that. Even I've been posting a lot on there too. Like I barely ever get that, right? And I noticed that when it comes to Twitch, I've been getting way more than I ever would have had on any other platform, right? And I'm very grateful for that. Like, you know, I'm glad you guys are here starting to support me now. And now that because I've never had this happen before until I started streaming. And that's why I like Twitch now. But another thing I want to bring up is, some of you may be thinking, well, are you going to just stop doing YouTube or just not do YouTube as much as you would now that you're streaming a lot more? Well, for my answer to that, if anybody's wondering, no. I'm still going to be doing my YouTube videos. That's what I mainly do. The streaming part is just something I didn't know knew that could help me grow as a content creator, even if I like as a streamer, as a you know. So I'm glad for that. I'm glad I've realized that now that and I guess it paid off because I spent so long like trying to get to this point, you know, because I spent the last 2 years getting money to like get the stuff I need to start streaming, like, you know, like getting my capture card, my webcam and all that. That cost a lot of money, and my laptop too. So to see this finally pay off for me and actually, it's great to see that, and I'm glad that I'm getting this support now, even if it's not much, but I take what I get, you know. I'm not ungrateful for that. I'm not begging for more attention. So yeah. So that's mainly what I want to talk about in this podcast. And like I said, for most of you that are like new to this channel, because like I said, because I started streaming, so most of you guys are probably coming in from my streams or somewhere else. Yeah, I'm glad to see that you guys are supporting me, and I'm happy to like support others too, other small streamers like myself, right? But but at the end of the day, I'm mainly a YouTube person. I'm not really a streamer full time. But the more I stream, the more I kind of want to become a full-on streamer. But that's not going to be really what I am. At the end of the day, I'm mainly a YouTube person. I'm a content creator for YouTube. Twitch is just my other main thing, but I'm not gonna be like some of those YouTubers, because I'm trying not to do that thing like other YouTubers do, where streaming is just kind of a side thing. For me, that I kind of want to make that another main thing, but I don't know, because I feel like a lot of people probably think the idea of like having to manage your Twitch and your YouTube back to back all the time, constantly, like full time. I feel like a lot of people probably find that very hard or very like stressful to do, but for me, there's something about that I just don't really have a problem with. Like, I'm cool with streaming all the time and doing YouTube all the time, but the thing is, I'm gonna try not to stream that often, you know, like not stream like all the time every day. But yeah, so like I said, I've been kind of babbling on and on for like this whole podcast, but yeah, so that's all I really wanted to talk about, things I noticed on Twitch and how I feel about that, and how I noticed that I've been growing more as a content creator. And that's why now, because if you didn't notice, I wasn't really uploading much on this channel, because like I said, back then I didn't really know what I wanted to do with this channel. But now that I'm streaming more and I'm having more people showing up slowly over time, that's really motivating me to want to actually work on my videos more, because before I did all this whole Twitch stuff, I didn't really have much motivation to make videos. I didn't really have a reason to do all this. And I feel like even people in my own family, I feel like most of them probably wondered why I was even doing YouTube if I didn't really have a reason to do it. But now that I'm streaming more, I noticed I really have a reason to do it now. Now that I'm having more motivation to work on my YouTube channel and make my videos for you guys, right? So now that I'm finally figured that out, that's why I'm gonna try to make my content more often now. But I'm not gonna try to make like 4 videos a week, right? But I'm gonna try to do as much as I can, especially now that I'm kind of like not really doing much at my house, in my apartment anyway. But either way, I'm gonna do this, right? So don't worry, everybody. I will not be like disappearing for months on end, like I said in my update video. I will be doing more content. I will be doing a lot of good stuff in the future. And like I said, be prepared for that zombies marathon, because we are gonna be doing a lot of that, right? We're gonna be doing a lot of that in my zombies videos, because I want, like I said in that video, I want to be part of the zombies community, because like you guys have seen, the YouTubers like Tim Hansen, Crazy Rabbit, Mr. T Lexify, and all these other people, YouTubers, right? They've been doing this for a long time, right? I've always wanted to be part of that. And I'll talk about this in another video. But yeah, so like I said, be prepared for my future videos, and I'm glad and like I said, I feel like I'm just glad that I'm growing more as a content creator. And I don't know really what else to say, so I've been kind of talking for a long time, so I'm gonna end the podcast here. So I'm hoping you guys enjoyed this little discussion I had with you guys. So I'll see y'all next time. Be prepared for the zombie marathon, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.